trusted news source. This is Channel 8 News at 5.
Coming up tonight, many people are seeing huge increases in the values of their home and property. If you think the numbers are wrong, we'll let you know what to do.
Plus, the governor announces a package of bills to address funding education in Nebraska.
But first, a winter storm is looking to slam the state. Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us. Some parts of Nebraska could get more than a foot of snow.
When will it start, and what are we expecting for our area? Let's check in right away with Chief Meteorologist Rusty Dawkins. Rusty, what do you have for us?
We'll set the stage first. Out there right now, nothing really happening. We've just got cloudy skies and fairly mild temperatures too. Things are going to change over the next 12 to 24 hours, so we'll get right to it. Here's what it looks like out there right now. Satellite radar quiet, just a little bit of maybe light mixed precipitation coming out of Colorado. Just the beginning. Outside it's cloudy. This is what a gray day looks like in Beatrice. Schoen's Roofing at 6th Street and Perkins showing a lot of cloud cover, a lot of low clouds. Usually low clouds indicative of some moisture in the atmosphere, which we'll talk about here in a little bit. Temperature-wise, this is key. We're in the upper 30s and lower 40s for many spots. It's still 41 at the airport, 40 in Hebron, 39 at Nebraska City, but much cooler the further north and west you go. That will play a part into things as we head through the next 24 hours. Wind speed will also start to pick up. Right now it's not bad. It's out of the north at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Possibility for rainfall is pretty small for the Lincoln area, just a slight chance for it as we head through the afternoon hours tomorrow. That will also play a part in how much snow we eventually see. Ice potential is high, especially for southeast Nebraska, over 50% chance, around a 60 to 70% chance of seeing some freezing rain or sleet as we head through the day tomorrow, and then the chance for snow is way up there, anywhere from 90 to 100%. So we are going to see snow tomorrow on and off throughout the day, but it will try to mix in with the ice, the snow, the rain, the freezing rain, the sleet. It'll all try to mix together as we head through the day tomorrow. So lots going on, lots of chances for snow, especially for the central part of the state. They may get hit the hardest. We'll take a look at that in just a few minutes.
All right, thank you, Rusty. Talk to you in a little bit here. With the snow and ice on the way, the People's City Mission is preparing for an influx of people.
The mission says they see an increase of up to 30 more people when it gets really cold or snows. Pastor Tom says they expect the majority of the new people will be men, and the mission is already taking steps to prepare for the people who need shelter.
Our first goal is to make sure all the homeless in the city stay safe. That's our big thing, and so we want to make sure they're warm, they're not out there. What we usually find is when it snows like this, all the campers will come in. We're preparing for that. We usually put up more cots, more mats in our Agape Cafe. We prep for more meals. We staff up a little bit more.
Pastor Tom also says the mission suspends its rules regarding asking people to leave. The only way they will make someone leave is if someone is so aggressive the police have to be called. Pastor Tom expects the mission to be in their emergency operations plan for a few days until the snow is mostly clear. And when it comes to the weather, Nebraska saw $4.6 billion in damage from Mother Nature last year.
That's the highest total on record when not adjusted for inflation. A drought and wildfire caused a lot of it. In fact, more than 200,000 acres were torched here in Nebraska during the year of 2022. It was one of the worst years in memory. Thunderstorms also contributed to the total. As we reported yesterday, many people in Lancaster County have seen their property valuations shoot way up. In many cases, we're talking increases of $50,000 to even more than $100,000.
And that, of course, means an increase in what you pay in property taxes. Today, we talked to the county assessor who told us why the jump was so high. Channel 8's Matthew Mittleider has more.
In Lancaster County, many people have received notices that their home's valuation has increased significantly, and some are worried about an increase in property taxes that could follow. I spoke with a realtor who says the median price for Lincoln homes was about $180,000 in 2019. Now she says it's up to over $250,000, an increase of around $70,000. She said the county assessor is now catching up with that increase, so homeowners will know the true value of their home.
If you're seeing anything around a 30% increase in your valuation, that's probably what your assessed value should be.
She said these are just preliminary values, so they may change before March when they're finalized. She said the good news is that as the value of a property increases, it becomes a better investment and will sell for a higher price.
If you go to sell that home, it's good to have your valuation match what your sales price could be. But of course, as we know, our assessed value is associated with the amount of taxes that we pay on a property, so that increases the taxes that we are paying.
Property owners can also protest their preliminary valuation by contacting the new Lancaster County Assessor, Dan Nolte. He says valuations of properties are purely a response to the changes in the market over the past couple of years. Nolte says they want to get the property values as close to market value as possible, so he's encouraging anyone who would like their property reviewed to set up a meeting with the assessor's office by February 1st.
Bring to our attention any discrepancies you see. If you've had a recent appraisal, if there's something going on in your neighborhood, if something doesn't look right, if you've got information, by all means, provide that to us. We'll take another look.
Sweener says realtors can also help to do a comparative analysis of a property, which property owners can give to the county assessor to help get an accurate valuation.
I know it's frustrating to a lot of homeowners, but there's, other than looking at your valuations and seeing what has sold around you, there's really not much we can do to stop this train of the increased values.
Reporting in Lincoln, Matthew Mittleiter, Channel 8 News.
And if you feel like your home or property has been valued too high, or to see the list of preliminary valuations, just visit the links in this story on our website, klkntv.com. Nebraska schools could be seeing billions of dollars in funding if some bills are approved.
Governor Jim Pillen announced today a package of bills to address education funding. And Channel 8's Veronica Barreto joins us now live here in the studio with more. Veronica?
Together with 10 state senators, the governor says that they are looking into ways to prioritize education without compromising taxpayers. One of the bills would create a $1 billion education fund for the 23-24 fiscal year. $250 million would be added each year until it reaches $2.5 billion. Pillen says increasing state education funding was the best way to reduce property taxes, as many schools rely on property taxpayers.
It's really important that we have quality education and funding for every student, that no student is left behind, and incredibly important that we increase the needs of every student.
Pillen says he met with superintendents from Omaha, Lincoln Public Schools, as well as from other schools to listen to what their needs were. Pillen says some of the state's cash reserve, which is projected to hit $2.3 billion by the end of fiscal year 2025, would be used to support the fund. I will have more on this story tonight at 6.
All right, Veronica, thank you. Time now for some crime news.
We begin with a Lincoln man accused of driving drunk and causing a six-car crash. Authorities say 19-year-old Edgar Aguilar Ramos is in custody after leaving the scene of the crash. Officers were called to the scene last Friday near 11th and O Streets around 4 p.m. Police tell us Aguilar Ramos crashed into a car, and one of the vehicles hit a third vehicle, which then struck a fourth, fifth, and sixth vehicle. He's also charged with DUI. Police say his blood alcohol content was .186.
A Grand Island police officer had his hands full over the weekend when a man attempted to flee from arrest. Officials say Kelvin Macedo was seen at a vape shop as his vehicle was associated with a missing and endangered person. During the stop, the officer tried to remove him from the car. They say that's when he took off on foot. The officer received a cut during the arrest. Macedo was arrested for obstructing and assaulting a police officer and for several active warrants.
The Lexington Police Department is investigating a hit and run involving a pickup truck pulling a trailer. This is video of the vehicle they're looking for. Police say the accident happened last Friday on Highway 283. They're asking you to look at the video and photos and let them know if you have any information. You can call the Lexington Police Department at the number at the bottom of your screen. Still to come on the news tonight, New Mexico police say after losing the election in November, a Republican candidate paid men to carry out drive-by shootings.
It was at the homes of local Democratic political leaders. The full details after the break.
Is your heart focused on
A failed Republican state house candidate in New Mexico is now under arrest. Police say Solomon Pena orchestrated 4 targeted drive-by shootings against Democratic state officials.
Officials say he is a Trump supporter and election denier and is accused of paying several men to carry out the shootings after losing his election bid back in November. Here's ABC's Alex Stone.
It was not a follower of a political candidate who police say became radicalized and attacked opponents. It was allegedly the candidate himself.
It is believed that he is the mastermind that was behind this.
Albuquerque police say 39-year-old Republican Solomon Pena, failed New Mexico State House candidate, allegedly paid 4 men to carry out drive-by shootings at the homes and possibly the offices of local Democratic political leaders, all because he was angry and does not accept that he lost the midterm election.
He's an election denier and he doesn't want to accept the results of the election.
Pena is accused of going to the homes of Democratic officials, arguing he won his election. He lost by a wide margin. And then he allegedly hired the men to carry out the shootings. In the arrest warrant obtained by ABC News, police show pictures of the weapons they say Pena provided. Police don't know if the shooters knew who lived in the homes or why they were carrying out the shootings.
5 persons were involved inside this conspiracy.
The homes of 2 Democratic State House members and 2 county commissioners were hit. State Senator Linda Lopez says a bullet passed through her 10-year-old daughter's bedroom. Luckily, she was not hit. Evidence includes cell phone records, guns that match the bullets fired, and witnesses involved in the alleged conspiracy.
At the end of the day, this was about a right-wing radical, an election denier who was arrested today.
This is reportedly not the first time Pena has been in trouble. The Albuquerque Journal and other local outlets reporting state records showed he spent several years in prison for burglary and other charges. Alex Stone, ABC News, Los Angeles.
And now to President Biden. He's remaining tight-lipped on his handling of classified documents after he left the Obama White House as vice president.
Republicans and some Democrats demanding answers after Biden's lawyers acknowledged 5 more pages of classified documents were found at his Delaware home last week. It comes after sources told ABC 10 classified records were found in Biden's former private office in a Washington, D.C. think tank, and there were more in and around the garage at his home in Wilmington.
At no time did he get raided by the FBI. It's not a fair process when you equalize this out.
Larger quantity of information was located at Mar-a-Lago. The level of classification seems to be much more sensitive, including potential intelligence regarding sources and methods. Some of the crown jewels of our intelligence holding.
Some national security analysts are pointing to those differences, as you heard, between how Biden and Trump have handled the classified materials, underlining that Biden's possession of the records is known because his team voluntarily reported them, while Trump didn't comply with investigators for months, eventually needing a search warrant to retrieve those documents.
Now, your Storm Alert team forecast with Chief Meteorologist Rusty Dawkins.
Today was a quiet day. Not much happening. We all know there's something coming our way. But today was one of those days where you could get out and get some things done. And I mean, it was 43 for a high today in Lincoln and Nebraska City, 40 in Hebron and Grand Island. Everybody else in the 30s. And that's going to play a part. The warmer temperatures to the south and east versus the cooler temperatures north and west. That's something to be talking about here in just a second. 84th and O Street, Southeast Community College, gray, quiet. It really felt like January out there. It looked like January. It was a little warmer though. Temperatures in the 40s. We should be in the middle 30s this time of year. Airport at 41, East Campus at 41. So is Southeast Community College, Yankee Hill, Denton Road. Everybody in and around the Lincoln area in the lower 40s. We'll zoom out and again show you that 30s for just about everybody now, but still 41 in Lincoln, Friend, Hebron at 40 degrees, down to the freezing mark in Central City. Wind, not an issue yet. Again, things are going to change over the next 24 hours. And this is just the heads up. The winter storm warning for almost the entire state. Everybody in pink here is a winter storm warning. And then on the fringes here, winter weather advisory for Dawes County and Sioux County. And then the southeastern corner, winter weather advisory. Not as much snow expected in these areas. And the closer you get to the center of this, the better chance you have for accumulating snowfall. Now, it's quiet right now. Even some sunshine towards Sioux City and just north of Omaha, maybe a little sun creeping in just north of Lincoln, but some snow showers starting to move into portions of the Panhandle. So we'll kind of jump ahead here. This is 11 o'clock tonight. Snow really starts to make its way north. From about North Platte south and west towards the Panhandle, this is 2 a.m. As we get towards 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, about the western half of the state, already seeing snow. So by 5, 6 o'clock in the morning from Grand Island south and west, better chance for snowfall. Then about 7 a.m., 8 a.m., sunrise for a lot of us. That's when everything starts to move into southeastern Nebraska. But notice the pink here, that gets really close to southeastern Nebraska. Now I think we'll see a snow potential first for much of the state, snow already falling and will have been falling for a while. But southeast Nebraska, here comes that mixed precipitation potential in the morning hours, snow for everybody else. But this is why lower snowfall totals for the southeastern corner of the state. Then eventually it turns back into just snow, heavier snow through 3 p.m. And then as we head into the 5, 6, 7 o'clock time frame, everything starts to shift to the east. Western Nebraska starts to see the snow end first, and then by about Thursday morning, 2 a.m., 3 a.m., about everything moves out. But the potential for freezing rain from about Omaha, Grand Island, south and east is there. And because of that, I think smaller snowfall amounts will be possible. So right here from Lincoln to Omaha and south and east, 12 inches or more. I mean, some models are saying maybe 1.5 feet of snow in some spots of central Nebraska, 6 to 12 on the fringe here. So anywhere from this line west, good chance for 6 to 12 or more inches of snow. But this area right here, 2 to 6 inches, could be around 2 inches here, 6 inches up here, and 3 or 4 right here in the middle, 1 to 3 south and east. And then the closer you get to where it's just snow all the time, that's where you go from 6 to 12 inches very, very quickly. So that rain and freezing rain and sleet and snow right here, good chance of it right where, and I'll zoom out so you can get a little bit better view of this. This darker shade here of red, best chance for that freezing rain potential, and then slightly smaller amounts the further west and north you go. But all things considered, the winter storm impact, the heavy snow is probably going to be the worst of it. That's why it's a major impact right here from North Platte to O'Neill to just north of Columbus. And then the orange, still no walk in the park there. And then we've got just the yellow, which is a minor impact, but still freezing rain would be an issue. But that heavy snow will be most likely where that's that major winter impact. So here's your forecast for tonight. Temperature-wise, not going to fall off too far, but we won't warm up much tomorrow, hovering right around that 32-degree mark. So a little above, a little below makes kind of a big difference in what we actually see. So rain, snow, sleet, ice, just about everything kitchen sink on Wednesday, and then we quiet down as we head through Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I didn't take the Martin Luther King Day off on Friday. Anyway, temperatures are going to be in the 30s as we head through the next several days. Next chance for snow comes in on Monday, and that's another storm system that we will keep an eye on as we get closer to it. But lots going on over the next 24 hours. We'll have more updates as we get closer and closer to it.
Sounds great, Rusty. Thank you very much. Look at Wall Street now. It was a split day. The Dow dropping 392 points. NASDAQ up just 16. S&P also losing 8. Here are your numbers. You're watching Channel 8, Nebraska's trusted news source.
Tonight, President
Down and out dog transformed into a perked up pup, all thanks to a new accessory.
Jeremy Roth has tonight's. Take a look at this.
Say hi to Willie and his brand new crocheted canine ears. This good boy lost his ears when he was attacked by other dogs, but a creative and kind-hearted vet tech at the Sacramento SPCA whipped up some faux floppers for his photogenic friend. The SPCA shared Willie's story on Facebook, and lo and behold, it didn't take long for him to find a home.
I worried that he wouldn't get a good home, but as soon as he had the hat on, everyone was interested in him.
Next, we scamper to the other side of the world for a different kind of animal find, the prehistoric kind. Archaeologists in Israel uncovered 8 ostrich eggs in the desert located near an ancient nomadic fire pit. Those eggs date back between 4,000 and 7,500 years when ostriches used to roam wild in the region. Whether or not the nomads were making ostrich omelets, that's a mystery researchers are hoping to crack soon. And finally, we're not done digging in the dirt. With NASA's help, scientists blasted soil samples from Prosser, Washington to the International Space Station to spend 3 months in the deep, dark cold of space. -112 degrees cold. Now back in the warmth of Earth, scientists will study how bacteria in the soil reacted to the conditions in the bitter beyond in hopes of learning how to grow food in space. For Take a Look at This, I'm Jeremy Roth.
All right, Rusty, recap of the weather 24 hours from now. It's going to look a lot different for a lot of people.
Hopefully, too. We really need the moisture. I know this is going to be inconvenient for a lot of folks, but we really need the rain or snow or whatever. Out there, nothing but cloud cover, and that's going to continue at least for the next several hours. And then on Wednesday, in Lincoln anyway, rain-snow mix, freezing rain going to be possible. Then we dry out and cool off for Thursday and Friday.
All right, thank you, Rusty, and thank you all for joining us.
World News is next. We'll see you back here at 6 o'clock.
With the Channel 8 News mobile app, you'll be the first to know. Get alerts about breaking news and weather, all in the palm of your hand.
The spas are here. Truckloads of spas arriving weekly.
Hurry in today.
These spas are going fast. Spas are in stock and ready for immediate delivery. Supreme Spa and Pool.